Hey yo, what is up? A bit of a different video for you guys today. I know you guys appreciate some artillery gameplay. I got no tips for you today, but I thought I'd do a video for you guys firing only premium HE shells in the Conqueror CGC. Now, we're in Sand River, spawned on the east side, and this is actually a pretty good spawn. If you're on Sand River, this side is actually better than the west side spawn. I'm going into the cubby hole in here where a lot of arties like to hide. I don't normally come inside here, but I thought I'd give it a shot and check out what this low position is going to be like. Now you see me carrying 12 standard shells and 12 premium shells. I do not recommend this. I recommend you carry full standard shells, all 24 of them. But for this video I wanted to do a premium shells only, and I'll tell you the difference between the two shells. Standard HE shells do 1000 damage with 59 millimeters of penetration if you penetrate, and 9 times out of 10 you do not penetrate, so it's very seldom you actually get to that 1000 number. Now in the premium shells, however, it's also HE shell by the way, the penetration is slightly better. Instead of 59 penetration, you've got 74 millimeters of penetration, and the damage, instead of 1000, you've got 1350 hit points of damage if you manage to penetrate your enemies. Now obviously you're an artillery, your shells are flying from the top, you're landing on top of your enemies, on the top deck, engine deck, on the roof, where the armor is where you expect it to be a little bit thinner. With that being said, of course, nothing ever goes to plan when you're playing artillery. 9 times out of 10 you never ever land your shots accurately, because you're in an artillery. Your dispersion is 1.04. Standard tanks dispersion is in the 0.3 something, 0.4 something. If you're terrible, this is 1.04, so you are gonna expect a lot of shell deviation. Your shells are not going to fly exactly where you want them to fly, which is why I advise you, or everyone advises you, to carry standard shells. And why do they ask you to carry standard shells? Because standard HE shells have an explosion radius that is much wider than premium HE shells. For example, in the Conqueror gun carrier, the explosion radius is 11.6 meters with your standard shells. So when you land your shells and you're probably going to miss your target, you're still going to splash them and do 300 damage, 200 damage, 400 damage, or whatever, as you see me doing here. 300, 400 damage on the tanks that are receiving splash damage. The problem with the HE premium shells is the splash damage radius is half of what the standard shells are. For example, standard shells explosion radius is 11.6 meters. Premium explosion radius is only 6 meters, so almost half of the normal explosion radius you will get from stock shells. But we are in an exceptional situation here where we are playing Sand River, and we know where the choke points are. We know where all the enemy tanks are going to be gathered together. I missed that one. That was pretty close. I almost landed on his engine deck. If I did, that would have been a cool 1350 alpha damage. But anyway, this was a close match, but I am focusing all my energy down on this K line. Why? Because a lot of their tanks are on the K line. So I decided to focus my fire there, because if we lose the initiative on the JK line, we would definitely lose this game. On this map, Sand River, If all the action is on the J and K line, that is where you should focus your fire on, support your team there. Now that we have overcome them on the J and K line, I am going forward. Now why am I going forward? Because the Conqueror gun carrier cannot shoot across the map to the edge of the other side. You need to move your tank a lot closer, cover some ground so that you can hit those tanks that are right at the back. Especially if you look at the mini-map, you can see the IS-7 and the Bat Chat right at the back. I can hit them there now that I've moved forward. But I am going for the Grill 15. I'm taking a wild guess here. Hopefully I'm gonna hit him. I'm expecting to hit him, and I do hit him, and I penned him for 1220 damage. Now why did I decide to shoot him? Well, because a tank destroyer is going to be an easy target. He's going to be a soft target, easy to pen if I manage to hit him. And the reason why I decided to shoot him then was because he was lining up his shot. If you look at him from the sky view here, you can see him lining up his shot. He's taking an aim. He's trying to shoot at someone. If my shell was ready, I would have shot him now because he was spending his time aiming at someone. If you can figure out, or if you can, from your sky view, from your sniper view, if you can figure out your enemy moving his tank and pausing for a moment to aim his shot, that is when you need to pull your trigger and send it across the map, because that is when he's going to be stationary for the longest. This game pretty quick, it's gonna end soon. We're already up. This is actually just a roll, face roll, and he is tracked, and I'm gonna send it the moment that he was tracked. Pen him, landed on his engine deck, 1209 damage from that penetrating premium HE shell. And this was my game. 4552 damage. I did the highest amount of damage, but I didn't get the highest amount of XP. I hope you've got some useful information out of this game. Also got some gore medal or something like that, and a Confederate medal for my troubles. My last advice to you is do not carry premium HE shells, just carry stock HE shells. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.